Kevin's in Boise. Hi, Kevin. Welcome to the Ramsey Show.
Hey, hello, sir. How are you?
Better than I deserve. What's up in your world?
Hey, question. I was trying to find out when you, instead of seeing a Smart Investor Pro, at what point do you buy a property for rental income versus investing it versus, to a Investor Pro?
Okay. Well, we won't. I wouldn't suggest you start buying rental property unless you pay cash for it after your home is paid off. And so, if you're using Ramsey lingo, that would be in baby step 7 then.
Yeah, Kevin, where are you at financially? Do you have a paid-for house currently?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we have zero debt. We have nothing.
Way to go.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I would begin right now to pile up some money as fast as I could to pay cash for my first rental if I was you. And I think meanwhile you could probably save 15% of your income still towards mutual funds. That's the way I did it. I got my house paid off, and then I just kept doing 15% of my income into retirement in mutual funds. That's not that much, really. And then every other dollar I could scrape together for investing, I just piled it up until I paid cash for my first little rental. And that, so as soon as you do that, all that rental income will help you buy the next one too. So it snowballs in a good direction after you get it going.
Well, I guess that's where I'm at now. Is we do have the cash available to buy a rental income.
Great, do it
and have it paid for. So when you get that money, you do that. So then you get that money. Where do you put the money from the rent? You just put it in some account to go towards another rental?
Yeah, that's what I've done. And I use some of my other money to go towards the next rental because I love real estate. And it sounds like you do too, but you don't have to do that. It's not like mandatory part of the Ramsey plan or something. Some people don't like real estate in dealing with renters and all, and they just do mutual funds. That's okay. But what I have done was I would take extra cash and I just opened up a simple S&P 500 no commission, low turnover mutual fund, just an index fund. Okay. And I just dump money in that index fund until there's enough in there to buy another piece of real estate. And then I dump money in there until there's enough money to buy another piece of real estate. The interesting thing was it got to the point that it turned out to be a lot of money because as you get a few properties, that account builds really fast. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
and just keep going. It just seems like a safer bet with the real estate versus putting it in the funds.
It is safer in some ways in that you control more of the variables and real estate is less volatile. It doesn't jump up and down as much in price as the stock market does. It's also a whole heck of a lot more hassle. Stuff breaks on real estate. They never call me from my mutual fund company and want an air conditioner.
Yeah.
And the mutual fund company never calls and says, I lost my job, I'm not paying my rent. We don't ever get that from them. So it makes a little less and it's a little more volatile, but it's also a whole lot less hassle. I just kind of open up my email and see how much money I made. It's not much to it on the mutual funds. But I like the real estate, but I grew up in that business. I love real estate, and I've got a bunch of it. So, but you're doing it exactly in the right order.
That's incredible. Paid for house, has the cash to buy a rental property. I'd go ahead and pull the trigger on this one.
Yeah, and usually when we get that call, it's somebody who's still fighting through their credit card debt or their student loan, and they're wanting.
They see dollar signs flashing.
They've been watching some weekend get rich quick thing on real estate crap, and they're about to get themselves into a mess.
Yeah, I see that a lot on TikTok. That's the hot thing is flip houses and real estate investing, and these are the same people who have $100,000 in student loan debt who are about to walk into a nightmare.
Yeah, I mean TikTok. Pretty good for dance moves, maybe, but not great for financial advice.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking financial advice in TikTok. This is like,
there's a lot of bad financial advice on TikTok. I will say that.
Yeah, that's like the youngsters' version of stupid. The other one that gets me is on the other end. The old people version is if your financial products are advertised between Snuggies and walk-in bathtubs, they're probably not good. If washed up Hollywood figures are.
If Tom Selleck is selling you whole life insurance, run away.
Well, that would be, it would be long-term, or not long-term care. What is it that, No, they're selling reverse mortgages.
Oh, that's a hot
what it
one.
is. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. You need to do a fine print on reverse mortgages.
That would be a fun one.
That would be good.
I'm here. We can play some
you
of those
could put
TV
the
ads.
timeshare in there. You could do timeshare on one. You could do because if you guys want the next season for Fine Print, you guys need to email in and let George know what he's supposed to talk about.
Yes, we've had lots of great ideas come through. It's email the fineprint@RamseySolutions.com if you've got an idea for an episode around a company that is scamming people, a product that's terrible for people, and there is no shortage, Dave. Apparently,
no, there's not. The timeshare industry is one. The reverse mortgages are another one that you could do. And I thought of one this morning when I was listening to the Fine Print and on my walk, and is actual scams. We had a guy calling his mom had gotten scammed, and not just semi-legal scams like we're talking about right here. Like timeshares are legalized fraud, right?
Yeah, but like getting your personal information.
I'm talking about like the Spanish setup or the Nigerian prince, or there's some basic setups with these scams, and if you learn kind of how they work and expose them, and maybe interview somebody with the FBI or something on these scams.
Well, that would be good.
I mean, we've had some really interesting calls over the years.
I have fallen for one. I fell for
one.
You did? Yes. I was really embarrassed to say it. I shipped some shoes to Nigeria off of Craigslist. I was selling some shoes on Craigslist. The guy said, "Hey, send them to my cousin. I'll pay you extra for the shipping." And I got the email, and I said, "Wow, he's really willing to pay the extra $50 to ship them." And so I just went ahead and shipped them. And it turns out the email was not from PayPal.
No.
Once I shipped it, I never checked my actual bank account to see if the money was really there. I just saw an email from PayPal, and I went, "All right, he's good to go," and I shipped him. So that was my
there was an eBay scam that went around that was similar to that for a while.
Yeah.
That they would actually cut and paste and put the PayPal on it and get you to go ahead and pay the wrong account. And it was somehow they were hacking into the system, and it was a real embarrassing.
You can replicate emails and websites to look just like the actual companies.
IRS is one. They'll
IRS
send out
does that a lot.
We need your information. They're phishing scams. We need your information in order to get phishing with a P, by the way. But yeah. But you need to do an episode on that.
I know.
That's good.
I've had a lot of stupid tax with scams.
That's very
And
cool.
senior citizens are the most susceptible.
Nigeria needed tennis shoes, and you weren't suspicious at all.
I just thought, wow, what a nice guy. He wants to send these to his cousin in Nigeria. And I was probably 17 years old.
Who happens to be a prince.
Yes. There was no prince involved. There was no red flag. No royalty here.
No red flags except I'm shipping tennis shoes to Nigeria.
That should have been.
Other than that,
and a guy's looking on Craigslist for these. Who knew?
Yeah, this is where we pick them up. That's generally where we buy our shoes for Nigeria.
Well, I just did a segment for media today helping senior citizens figure out cell phone plans. And there was one about they wanted to know how to avoid scams.
Exactly.
And so
because that's who the primary target of the scams is senior citizens.
Wire us money, buy us gift cards, give us some personal information. So I always say, when in doubt, hang up. If it seems suspicious, if it seems too good to be true. Yeah.
Yeah, and that pretty much ends the whole thing when you do that.